So, just a quick little recap from our last session. You guys were on this path following up with the Goblin hideout. You know that there were raids that had taken place on the path to the high road between Neverwinter and Phandalin. Phandalin was attacked. You found a resident of Phandalin. His name was Pierce. You have these animals that were saved from your time at the inn, the roaming wolf, and you had this. You were setting up for camp, pretty much taking watch over the night, and the forest around you seemed to be haunted. Oh, I got someone at the door. Sorry, guys. One sec.
It's Stoked. He showed up at your front door.
What picture are you using for your character? I'm
Who?
talking Ghost.
You'll find out soon enough.
Like, I see your token.
No, you do. Oh, that one? That's not. You'll find out where I'm actually at, though. Oh.
Oh my god. Okay. So, you guys all know that I get off work and I'm pretty much straight to the game because we're at a different time zone, right?
Yeah.
So, Wednesdays for me is like my day that I get to order out because I'm not making dinner. I'm focusing on the D&D. So, I ordered a pizza.
Yep.
And that same sexy pizza delivery girl just showed up. And I didn't hold back this time. I was like, oh my god, I have to tell you. I was like, you are absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we heard every word, you
Yeah.
creeper.
What does she
So
say?
you guys heard every word?
What does she say to you though?
Oh no, she just said that she remembered me, which is a great sign. So yeah,
Ah.
not just another address. It's special. She knows.
Oh wait, Stoked said I think I got it all going. Roll 20 and chat
Hey.
should work.
Hey, chicka. Oh, yeah.
Oh god, you got him doing it now. This is good. This is gonna be canon for the story. Bagels is in the damn. Bagels is gonna be in the animation, just talking to everybody like that, and then all of a sudden he disappears.
Dude, what a beautiful name, man. Nyla?
Wait, what?
Oh my lord. Her name's Nyla. Absolutely beautiful name.
I have never heard of that actually.
I know, trust me. One of a kind. Alright, so we'll continue here as the party sort of came to this conclusion that the surrounding forest was haunted or at least alive in some way, shape, or form. The two barbarians, Vicum at least, was sort of caught off guard as these vines and roots came to life and attempted to grab hold of him, and Nurmak was able to sort of fight it off, and I would say Zephy and Violet, they were sort of aware of what was going on. They had some sort of uneasy feeling, and two of the animals were grabbed and taken by these vines. And
You may make money with the 15-second ad.
Vicken wasn't, as a result of the party coming together. Now they heard some. I believe actually what happened was Vicken had taken the senses of the horse, and so his hearing was a little bit sharper, and he was able to make out these horrible cries and sort of high-pitched sounds of pain coming from deep within the forest. So the party decided to investigate, lurking deeper and deeper. And they stumbled upon
okay.
this lone hut that was built into the base of this massive tree. And this woman just standing alone. There was actually a baby crying in
Wait,
her
is
hut,
that's your
but she
brother,
seemed,
isn't it?
you know,
Are you both
unthreatening
watching it on two
again.
different things?
And Vicken, who had no time for
I thought so. I
light
recognized it.
conversation. He wasn't really much one
I'm
for
gonna push
smoke.
to talk so I can talk to you.
He sort of stepped right into the action, caused a huge combat.
Oh, by the way, I
And
start work
these-
tomorrow. I have a job.
These
I have full-time
these twig
job, but it's
blights all
temporary.
just sort of
But it
appeared
can
out
turn
of
into a real
nowhere,
full-time job.
And the forest sort of came alive to under her
Ah.
control, essentially. And after this long, it wasn't too difficult.
I'm
of a
working through
combat. These twig
CPI,
blights were fairly easy to
and
fight off.
at the
But she
Mississippi
seemed to be drawing
State
her power
University
from the
as
forest itself.
parking enforcer.
And killing her off,
Basically,
her
just
door
watching
was,
parking lot and doing
uh,
citations and tickets and stuff
sort
like
of
that.
shut, locked, and I believe it was Nermak who sort of bashed the door open, and this fat root of the tree came crashing through, and without hesitation he just stabbed it, attacked it with his sickle, and this harsh, high-pitched screech brought you all down to 0 hit points except for Nermak.
Oh,
And
yeah, we're gonna have
he
to figure that out.
unfortunately was polymorphed into a ram or a goat, and he had no choice but to act as such. But luckily enough, he was able to ram this witch, this hag, and
Yep, that one right there.
distract her from her focus on the spell that had morphed him, and he was able to bring up some party members, and you guys were able to finish off this hag, no problem. Now, in her hut, there were the animal carcasses sort of hanging from the roots that were suspended off the ceiling. There were a bunch of sort of vials and potions. She was definitely a witch or hag of some kind that
You'll
had
be a
strong
basic
background
bitch
in
warrior,
alchemy.
only interested in
And
pie.
I believe
Wow.
Zephy took advantage of that as best as she could, just gathering as much as she could of the items that were at hand. That being said, you guys, I don't know if we did a long rest last time, but what we will do is say that I would say just because we had that week off, we can say we took a long rest, probably in between the travel from the hut back to the wagon, because you have this wagon who you left with Pierce, one of the residents of Phandalin, who was attacked on the road. So you could probably say you took a rest from the hut towards the wagon, if that's the direction you want to go. But if that's the case, we'll just put you somewhere in the middle of the forest, having completed your long rest.
Oh, you also forgot to mention that Vicken, Nermak had to kill Vicken because Vicken decided, oh hey, I'm going to kill you all after this fight.
Yeah,
Like-
can't forget that. Nermak, I believe he just sliced Vicken right down the chest, killing him and bathing in his blood. And I actually am not 100% sure, but I almost feel like that completed his
Think it did.
yeah, what happened? I think he completed his attunement.
He did, but he killed him with a javelin and then did his blood ritual after he killed him.
Right.
Yeah, this
So yeah, you guys can
This is
bring
an interesting
yourselves all
group.
up to full health and full attributes, all that kind of stuff. You're Oh my god.
long dash rest.
Thank you, Nyla, so much.
I don't think the thing is working.
Oh, for long rest?
Yeah,
I had a feeling.
it's exclamation long slash rest, right?
Yeah, but I had a feeling, I think something's up with my scripts. I have to redo, Yeah, I have to do re-update my roll 20. I'll have to do that this weekend. So you guys will have to do it manually.
That's not a problem at all. Oh, cool. Also, don't forget, we did arm the guy, and I also gave him a healing potion so that he wouldn't die. I believe he left food for them to not kill him. Well,
Yes, we
Right,
did.
right, but he's not. He doesn't have a very strong adventuring background or combat experience. But he was just like, "I'll do it for you guys." Like, you saved me, and I kind of get the gist of it. You stick him with the pointy end, kind of thing.
yeah, at least he has a chance to survival. He's not like he's gonna instant die from with no defense.
Right.
And he also has the animals as backup, so he's technically not guarding it by himself. If someone
A
attacks,
couple. I think he's got maybe an ape, and he has a juvenile brown bear.
he also has one more. He has the leopard, I think.
The panther, yeah.
I don't know why I thought leopard is panther. So he
No
has
worries.
pretty good odds of living, I think.
Well, it all depends.
But yeah, I almost for 100% certain believe we are heading back to the cart.
Yeah. So just make sure that you guys are all.
It's all the way up to 38, but the bar around my token is just red still.
Okay, I'll double check it.
But to let you guys know, this campaign here, since we are streaming this one specifically more because we're actually more bagels has a plan of turning this campaign and into an actual animated series. So everything we do in here is basically making a story up for an actual animated series where it'll be basically this, but there might be maybe slight changes depending on how it goes. I don't know the ins and out of it, but the guy he has actually does really high quality work, and whenever we do get it out, I actually do expect it to be really good. It's gonna take a minute for it to actually get it out, but hey, everything is a work in progress to make it perfection. So far, we have 6 different parts that we've already streamed. I didn't get the very first one on YouTube, but I got 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 on YouTube. Number 1 was
Okay, let's see here.
like
it
wasn't
still
too
red for
much, but it was.
Yes,
little,
and then
but that
Zephy's still orange, and
I
then
don't know.
that's still yellow for me. So I don't know
It
what's
wasn't
going on.
much missed.
Okay,
It's just what introduced. It's just the starting of the adventure.
I guess I can try.
And we was missing a
refreshing.
person,
No, I don't
so we
think it's
didn't go
that. I
very
think
far
it's,
on the very first session. So didn't really miss too much on the first one.
I
But
think it's my scripts because
if you ever want to, have time and
script
want to
on.
catch up on
Oh,
what you missed,
Yeah, so we'll have
my
to
YouTube
play
channel
this
is the same
session
thing
to
as
set
my
that
Twitch.
until
You can
I
always
get
go
my
back and
scripts, updated.
watch them.
But I'll have them all.
There
updated
is
by
some
next
error.
week, but at
There,
least
one of them you have to skip at
health
least
bar
half
on the
an
top is
hour,
all
or maybe
accurate and
40,
everything like
because
that.
I started it and we didn't get started
But
on
for
time.
Nermac, I'll have him at 60.
But other than that,
He'll be good. Okay. Alrighty. So,
we're not too
that
far
being said, after
into our
as you guys have
campaign
taken a
anyway.
sort of long rest, what would be? Okay, nice. So I got a message from Stoked. He'll be here at maybe in about 20 minutes or something. So that's all right. Okay. So we want the
The one
party
guy
to go to
unfollowed.
the wagon. Is that what we decided?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Also, during the long rest, can I attempt to make 2 potions again?
Absolutely, that's something we should definitely cover. So let me just, before I move us all, let me make sure I get these 3. Okay. So, for long rest, can I just get? Let's do an initiative from Violet, Zephia, and Nurmak.
Well, the person I'm down is just Oh, I didn't even click my token. Oh well, it's not like we need the actual initiative.
That token.
I go last anyway.
Come on, buddy. Nurmak, there you are. Initiative.
I gotta change that now. 5.14.
Still won't go. Here we go. And what was this first? 11? Okay, so we'll do Nurmak first for his long rest. We'll say, believe he found some sort of book, did he not?
Yes, that was in the branch that came out the door.
It was.
Which I think
No,
is the book.
That was like one of the, yeah, that was a quest item, I remember that, but I think he found
Another. I don't remember.
the book of the bear, he's got that one.
I have a briefcase with 3 vials in it myself. I also took her notes. I don't know if that's what the book was or if there was a different book.
No, those were just, I remember those, yeah, just the notes. They were like ingredients or recipes, but you don't have the skill to concoct those potions.
I need to get the spell Identify. Can I get Identify? Let me look real fast.
Okay, I see. He's got the book, 1 of 6. Okay. I'm going to attempt to read the book for him on an intelligence check. Another success.
Identify. Yes, a bard can get it. Okay, I need to get that.
Okay, excellent. And so next up we have Violet. What would you be doing during your downtime?
Well, there's not much to do, so I'll probably just look around and make sure nothing's coming during a long rest.
Okay. Let me see here. 1 second.
Because I don't really have anything to look at. So.
Let me double check something here. Can I get you to give me a D100, please?
Oh shit.
Let me see here. 96. All right.
Wow. I think I'm a little high right now.
I wouldn't be surprised.
You kill me, man.
Oh,
That's awesome.
That was
CBD
out of
vape.
nowhere.
CBD vape. Sorry.
Yo, dude, you kill me. It's like there's like this silence. I think I'm a little high, right?
and, then,
That was so out of nowhere.
and then you got my response to it.
Excellent. And can I also get an investigation? Okay, you get to choose either investigation, history, or give me an intelligence check.
Intelligence, history, or investigation?
Yeah, either investigation, either intelligence, or you can give me a history check. Okay. So,
Damn.
Violet, you have some combat experience that you've earned from training with Rose. You do specialize as a rogue, so you have some connections and a different kind of fighting style than that of like a fighter. Now, you found something during your downtime. You found a container that contains a sort of dark sludge. You don't exactly know what it does, but it seems to be in fairly decent condition. You just sort of found it within the grass.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Okay then. I don't like that.
Next up, we have Zephy.
Yep. Zephy is going to attempt to make some potions. Oh wait, I forgot. I'm on push dot. Up. I forgot I was on push dot, guys. I'm going to attempt to make some potions. I'm going to go for 2 red potions.
Okay, yeah. That's right, there were a bunch of flowers that you were able to get some ingredients.
D20
Okay.
plus 3. D20 plus 3. I got a 21 and a 6.
Okay, let me check one thing here.
So minus 2 of those.
Oh, come on. Right. So, you are apprentice level?
Yep, I only able to get one of those.
1 success, 1 fail, no problem. And 2 ingredients down. You got a health potion though, that's nice.
Alright, and that's all I think I'm actually able to do. Is just make potions, and then after that it's
Yeah.
done.
Yeah, and you know what? If you can remind me, send me a message on Discord. I'll come up with the other chart, because right now at apprentice level, you're just doing standard, and adept and expert, it's all standard, and then when you get to master, you should be, that's a DC 2, so 2 or higher, you should be okay. You're
Yeah.
gonna be able to do stronger potions, but it'll cost you more ingredients.
Yep.
Okay. So just keep me posted. I'll come up with that chart so I can have it next to this other chart that I have. So that being said, we've got everybody's downtime activities taken care of, and we will be moving us over to. So you guys are headed back to the wagon, right?
Yep.
Okay. Perfect. Okay. As you guys continue after your long rest, and you make your way through the forest, you find yourself close, at least approaching to the closer to the path. A storm has begun to pick up, and as you get closer to the path through the tree line, you can see that the wagon is completely destroyed, and the horse is laying in a pool of its own blood.
Shit. Well, that's not good.
You can hear the thunder crash and lightning sort of light up the sky as a sort of heavier rain begins to fall.
You guys should just call me Fortune Teller Baba now. I mean, it's not like I totally saw it coming.
I was hoping it wasn't going to, but I knew it was a possibility.
Honestly, not surprised.
Gee, I wonder what would have happened. Maybe you should just let the old man die. I mean, he's probably dead already.
Alright, sorry guys, I'm here now.
What up?
I told you. Stoked sus.
I thought we
You sound so different right now.
Oh, fucking different phone. A different device, though.
See?
Alright. Gotta get this fucking map going. No.
See,
Alrighty.
Rose, I wasn't lying. He sounds different.
Well, stoked. I can, if you need any help on the actual Roll20, I can move your guy. And just to give you a quick update, you guys left from that forest hut. I allowed a long rest in between, so I just played your character and gave him a long rest. For downtime, I just had him read that book, and I scored you another success on that book, and I believe it gives you a higher athletics score once you complete all 6 successes.
Alright, so,
Yeah.
fuck. My problem right now is it worked before, but with everybody logged in, I can't minimize my screen to see the map.
Okay.
Maybe, no, wait, no, I got it. Oh, perfect. There we go.
Alright, nice.
I'm good. I'm in.
We're cooking with gas.
No,
Okay.
we're cooking with peanut oil.
Our
So-
horse is dead?
That's right, yeah, that's right. You guys came back. It's a storm is sort of picking up here, so there's thunder crashing, there's lightning streaking, lighting up the sky, heavy rains coming down. You guys are sort of sheltered from the forest a little bit, but the path that you guys had the wagon's completely destroyed, which sucks because I know Zephy spent a long time putting it together, and I know that the horse was also fought for, and it was now it's dead, lying in a pool of its own blood.
Alright. Do we know what's happened with the old man?
He is missing. Good question. You can't see him.
Alright.
Is there no animals besides the horse?
No animals beside the horse because they would have been in the wagon, but the wagon's just completely obliterated, lying in this path now.
So there's
And there's a dead horse beside him.
Alright, I want to go up and investigate to see if there's anything indicating if they ran away.
Perfect. Give me an investigation check.
Alright, I'll go ahead and go up first. 17.
Okay. Nice. You notice that there are several tracks, just littered all over the place, several on top of each other. It's hard to actually distinguish whose was whose, if this belonged to an animal or a person. For the most part, though, you can see similar ones, and there are a lot of them, and you can make out that they're actually goblin tracks, and so there must have been, poor Pierce must have been heavily outnumbered, and the animals, you can make out the odd paw here and there, footprint and all that, and you can see that they've made their way beyond this little creek, and it seems to be going around the bend.
Alright, so that means they're probably captured. Hey guys, we need to hurry up and go to the cave before they kill Piers and the animals. Or do worse, they could attempt to tame the animals and use them against us, and we know they don't want to fight us.
In battle for blood, we shall shine.
Just don't
Let's
kill
do
the
it.
animals.
Okay. So, if you want Nurmak, just let me know. I can move your guy. I have no problem with all that. Just to make it easier.
I think I got it. Yeah, there you go.
Oh shit, yeah. Okay. So, fuck. All right, fuck Violet, you're killing me here. I know it's you laughing. All right. So, who is moving forward, and if there's a marching order, or if you guys are proceeding stealthily, you guys are sort of covered by, you're sort of within the cover of darkness, if you will, at this moment.
Alright.
Normax is moving. He sees him. He sees process or battle. He's going. He's walking forward.
Alright, I look to Violet and say, you probably should hide nearby
Nurmak,
somewhere.
as you
Oh, I
approach,
forgot.
you can sort of hear the water hitting the creek and the flow of the actual stream itself
I need to get off Bush
beginning
Tot.
to sort of pick up a little bit. And you are very familiar with this smell. You have a very heavy, sort of metallic scent in the air, and you know that it's the stench of fresh blood. And as you smell it, your senses are sort of heightened, and you can see that there's sort of blood smeared on the rock wall beside you, and a little bit of it sort of dissolving in the puddles that have now formed as a result of the tracks and the
Alright.
sort of heavy traffic.
I'm gonna look to Violet and say, hey, you probably need to hide within the vicinity and just pelt them with arrows like you usually do.
Sounds good to me.
And then
I'm gonna keep moving.
Okay.
I'm gonna follow and say to Nurmak, hey, I'll do my best to make sure you don't go down.
All right. Yeah, just keep on moving. I'm gonna keep on moving up the path slowly, just walking my way. No hiding, no seeking, just propping my way up there.
Alright,
knowing what's gonna happen.
I'm going to actually sneak myself as well when that time comes.
Okay. Nurmak, since you're sort of moving with a purpose here, you step on something that doesn't feel like the ground, the soft, wet ground that it is right now.
I
And
stop.
you look under your foot, and there happens to be a small piece. It's like a small piece of cloth that resembles some of the clothing that was given to Pierce.
Reach down and pick it up and like hold it in the air to like wave off the other guys so they can see it, and then keep moving.
Okay.
Alright, we're
Nice. As you approach now, Nurmak, you can hear a couple of goblins just sort of hacking and coughing and sort of chattering amongst themselves, and you sort of peer closely through the darkness, through the trees, and you can see that there are two goblins standing at the mouth of this cave where the creek sort of comes out of the large rock face.
Well, I'm gonna wave my hands around to kind of give the idea that there is goblins there.
Okay.
The others know.
Yeah. I like it, like Navy SEAL style, two ahead.
Yeah.
okay.
Fucking right.
Well, when he does that, I'm going to say, hey, Violet, go up there by that log, hide there, and see if you can snipe one before we even get there.
Okay, so you want me to hide and then try to snipe one?
Yeah.
So go and do stealth and then shoot one. Okay.
Get in range. Get in range of one of them.
She is in
I'll just
range.
run in there.
She is in range.
Alright.
Fuck yeah.
We're assassination squad right now.
As I see that happening, and I see that they're ready to go, I'm just gonna start running, full bore, charging at them,
Nice.
sickle out, and my goal is to clobber the first one, just tackle the first one right to the ground.
Okay, so I guess I'll
Okay.
roll stealth real quick to hide.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I'll
One
shoot.
with the forest.
And I guess I'll shoot at Goblin too.
And I'll go ahead and hide as well.
A master of her surroundings.
I'm actually gonna use steady aim.
Beautiful.
Well, you have advantage already because you're hidden.
Would I have advantage as hidden?
Yeah. An unseen attack usually is advantage.
Okay, so I don't have to use steady aim then.
Correct.
Okay.
Steady aim is for when you can't stealth.
Oh lord.
And
Then-
then my sneak.
Yep. 14.
Okay. And, oh, come on, don't you do this to me now. Come on, baby. Which one were you aiming for, 2 or 1?
2.
2? Okay, so that hits, dealing 8 plus 6, 14. Describe your attack.
I'm gonna aim straight for the head, maybe going for like one of the eyeballs.
Okay, because I'm getting like this sort of camera view that's following the arrow as it just streaks through the air. It splits the water coming down as it's sort of heavy rain, and this arrow goes right through the goblin notices like the tip of the tip of the arrow sort of shimmer under the moonlight for a split second, and as his eyes open up before he can do anything, the arrow has gone right through his skull, crashed into the rock behind, and he is fallen down, dead.
Alright, and then Nermac is rushed. By the way, I stealthed as well. I have a 21.
Nice, yeah. I saw that.
Alright.
Okay, 21. Nice, beautiful. So, Nermac, I'm gonna give you this element of surprise because as this arrow comes flying and it kills Goblin 2, Goblin 1 sort of looks over to his left, sees his buddy go down, and before he knows it, this massive and I guess intimidating barbarian is already upon him. So I'm gonna give you a weapon attack right off the bat. You can go ahead and make that.
No, I need you to do it for me.
Okay, no problem. I got you. And I'm going to give you advantage on that. So we're going to do advantage. And you're coming out with your sickle from what I heard.
Yep.
So we're going to slash with this bad boy.
Oh, God.
And I know I'm going to be wasting all my good rolls when I'm playing Nermac. And when I already know. So the 26 automatic hit, 10, and the fire. So I guess you're fully attuned now from what I remember.
Yep.
Okay. So, that being said is 17 points. Okay, so running forward, before this goblin can even notice, it's almost like you're camouflaged in the dark, and last second, your sickle comes out, and it glows with this sort of bright red, orange, and this flame, as it's just all he can see before his life is over is this streak of fire from face down to his sternum, just splits him in two, and he's nothing but a sizzling corpse.
Alright, so these suckers had no chance to fucking warn the rest.
Absolutely. That's right.
Annihilated them.
That was really well done. Like, you guys got to imagine, like, I'm seeing this perfectly clear, where Nermac's like, I see 2 ahead, just like Navy SEAL style with his hands. And then, without a hesitation, Violet just nods her head, draws back, lets loose, kills one. Nermac's in there, just breaks this fucker's neck. And you guys are in there.
I'm the brains of the operation because I told Violet to do it.
General Zephy.
That's gonna be her first name now instead of Zephy. It's gonna be General Zephy.
General Zephy.
Don't be giving her any ideas and big thoughts of grandeur. Peasants should know their place.
I'm really high right now. All right, so what do you guys want to do at this point? Because you see this sort of large mouth of this cave and this creek.
Alright, I'm going to continue my stealthing like with what I had. And then I'm just slowly coming up.
Okay.
Like, just in case any more come out.
So, yeah, Nermac, I'm going to move up to the corner. I'm just going to peek around to see what I can see. Try not to draw attention to myself.
Yeah, I'll stay stealth.
Give me a stealth check, Nermac.
At disadvantage, right? Because...
Oh, yeah, I can do it for you, Nermac.
Wait,
Yeah.
does he have...
Watch this.
All my rolls. I can't do the
Watch
rolls.
this. He rolls a 1.
Wait,
No problem. So, stealth check for...
what kind of armor does he have, actually?
And perception for Nermac. Okay, so Nermac, you're able to sneak in to this opening, and you take a peek around the corner, and you can see the body of Pierce. You can see he's breathing. His chest is moving up and down, but there's a goblin sort of hovering over him. I'm gonna reveal that right now. Come on.
Piers is not dead.
Oh, that should be a 20. Come on. What the hell's going on around here? There we go.
All right, so I want to investigate what's happening. Like, is the goblin going to attack him? Is he like threatening him currently, or is it just kind of sitting there? Or
Yeah, you can see that the goblin has his weapon drawn, and it looks as if he's already sort of beaten Pierce, almost like knocked him out cold, and it's almost as if it just happened. Pierce is on his back, almost on his side a little bit, and his chest is sort of in and out, and this goblin's a little bit huffing and puffing as well, and just sort of hovering over him.
Oh, so it was an actual battle. Let's go. Good job, Piers.
if I can, I want to be in the ready position to use my whip to stop any other attack from happening
Nice.
over there.
Okay, beautiful. Excellent. And I remember Violet was saying that you also wanted to come in sort of stealth-like?
Yeah, just stay in stealth and move up.
Okay.
I'm gonna actually go up to here in these bushes here. I'm using the darkness to get there. I'm gonna stop here.
Okay. And Violet, you can move up as well. I'll keep those first rolls for stealth. Okay. That being said, I believe this goblin is going to go for Pierce as well. But Nermax has an action ready, so he's going to sort of run into place.
My action ready is to use my whip to try and pull the weapon out of the goblin's hand.
Yeah, so this goblin is attempting to kick Pierce while he's down. So I'm thinking you're going to use your whip to grab his ankle and just sort of reel him back.
Yeah.
All right, sweet. So with the element of surprise, I'm also going to give you advantage on that. And where's your whip? Whip. Success. You're able to grab him. You deal 6 points of slashing damage. And let me see here. You're basically gonna pull him towards you, and you have him restrained at this point. So it's up to you how you want to do this, but I don't know if you're gonna sort of gag him, tie him up, kind of thing, or just start beating him and just or slit his throat or something. I don't know.
Well, yeah. So my thing would be if I got him and I'm holding him, I'm gonna try and end him right there, if I can.
Yep. I will say you would be able to do sickle.
Yep.
Okay.
Sickle for the throat.
Boom. Okay, yeah. Oh, wait a second. Oh, shit. Yeah, you definitely kill him. Yeah, so you quickly jolted in. You whipped your whip around his ankle. You dragged him towards you. Before he could even let out a scream, you covered his mouth with one hand, and with your offhand with the sickle, you sliced his throat, and you're just watching as the blood sort of spews out and pools, and he's no longer breathing against your hand that was covering his mouth.
I lift the corpse of the goblin, and I let his blood run over me.
Nice.
Dear God, what is the goblins gonna think when they see him? Is what I want to know.
Intimidation.
Nice. Nurmak, I threw you a point of inspiration.
All right.
Excellent. So you've got this sort of blood ritual, sort of thing going on, and you feel yourself now fully prepared for battle as you've sort of completed your blood ritual, and you feel that invigorating power, that inspiration.
Alright, now, seeing that he rushed in, I'm actually going to come up behind and come in the room. I'll see Piers. She's going to be, like, fucking panicking. And she's going to go up to him. She's going to search his wounds, see what happened to his healing potion. I know he had one. They might have took it from him. If it doesn't have it, I'm gonna see if this goblin behind me had it.
No, there is a vial that you find on Pierce, but it's empty.
So he used it to stay alive for a little bit longer. Yes.
Yeah, and he's sort of out of it. He's really dazed, but he can feel your presence, and you can hear him sort of groaning. No words can really come out.
Alright, well, I can't let this man, like, die. So, he is part of the town that she grew up in. Shit. You know what? My potions are made for this situation exactly. I'm gonna use a healing potion on him. My one I just made. The 2d4 plus 2.
Well, that'll be an automatic.
Oh, I almost rolled. I almost rolled 10 anyway.
While
Perfect.
that's going on, I'm gonna grab my arrow at the wall and then go in.
Perfect. Nice moves. I like it. So
Alright.
as you grab the arrow, you have to give it a good sort of yank as it sort of snaps out of the rock. It seems to be fine. The tip of the arrow is slightly blunted, not that bad. Obviously, you have some, good craftsmanship. And Zephy, as you administer this potion to Pierce, he sort of regains consciousness. His eyes are sort of flickering and rolling through the back of his head, and he finally regains consciousness. He's very dazed and he's confused. He's like, What happened? Where am I?"
We made it back in time to rescue you. You put up a very violent fight against the goblins.
The goblins. They came out of nowhere. They killed the horse. There was nothing I could do.
What happened to the other animals?
We were taken. I was hit on the head. I blacked out.
Seems like the other potion I gave you served you well. I'm glad you didn't die from the attack.
Tried to fight them off as best I could. But I'm not a warrior.
Aye. But it's better to fight for your life than to die without being able to fight at all.
He nods his head, and he slowly gets on all fours and pushes himself up.
We've already taken out multiple of these without them raising an alarm. We came here.
And he drags it over them, and he like drains some of the blood on top of him as well.
Wait, what?
Say that again?
Did you just?
Dermac takes the goblin and like pulls it over to the old man.
Yeah?
And pulls it above him to drain some of the blood onto the old man.
Okay, as you do so, the old man is shocked and surprised. And, yeah?
He's saying, this will give you strength for the battles to come.
He looks at you with more affirmation, and he feels that he feels confident, a little more confident and safe with you guys, a little more encouraged. So he may not have been a warrior, but pretty soon he will be.
Alright.
Pardon me?
I think he's talking from
Is
far
he
away.
still crippled? Is he able to move on his own at this point?
Yeah, he's still good. He's good now. Like Zephy hooked him up with a health potion. He's not 100%, but he's definitely up, and now he feels a little bit more, I guess, confident. That especially now that you guys are here, and there's 3 of you, and you're all sort of well-trained adventurers. He feels, a little more confident going into this, so he's with you.
He still has the sword, right? Is it on the ground?
No, he has no weapon.
What kind of weapon does the goblin have?
The goblin would have had. Let's find out.
I believe I have armor in my inventory. It's like scale mail or something.
I'll double check. Let me just get this goblin. The goblin would have had a rusty sort of scimitar.
It's better than nothing. I pick up.
Yeah.
I get the scimitar and I hold it. I go ahead and give it to Pierce and say, they probably fear both of you since you're covered in their goblin's blood. So
Nice.
try to be looking as fierce as possible.
Perfect. He grabs it and he nods his head. And for Nurmak, on your character sheet,
I
for
drag the armor over. And I
yeah,
give
let me
him.
see. You had scale mail, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take the scale mail off there, and we'll give it to Pierce. And so he says to you guys, "Well, I feel like a more of a warrior already."
I slap him on the back and say, "That's the spirit."
Yeah. Just point me towards danger. I'm ready.
As he does that, I point towards the river running through the cave. I'm like, "Well, there's where we're going."
just
And
just let him go first.
yeah, I'm gonna say
Um,
he will take a few steps forward,
I mean,
and
oh
let
no,
me just
I
roll
would
a
stop
perception.
him and say no. Let Nermac go first because he can grab him with a whip, pull him back, and
I'm
then
close. I'm close behind him. I'm right behind him. I'm like right
Okay.
on his back.
So, Nurmak, one sec. I'm gonna roll a perception for you. Normal perception. Fuck, man. Why are my rolls?
so good.
It's Nermac.
It's
Nurmak.
Nurmak. You're right. You're right. It is Nurmak. I'm tripping. All right. So Nurmak takes a few steps into further into this cave, and he can hear sort of goblins cackling just to the left in this direction here.
Mm.
Once again, Nermac alerts the rest of everybody to what he has like felt,
Heard, yeah.
and he starts moving up that little cavern there.
Okay.
You gotta climb that, I think.
yeah, I was about to say, is it possible to get up right there?
It's a little bit rough, like it's just rocky, but I would say that you guys could easily like climb it. I'm not gonna give you like an athletics check or anything like that. I wouldn't say it's too bad. It's probably only like 5 feet of like inclination.
All right.
And Pierce is gonna follow behind you, Nurmak.
And once again, move up to the corner there and kind of peer, trying to like just kind of keep tight to the corner and just peer around the edge.
Okay, excellent. As you do so, you notice the first thing you notice are 3 goblins, but you draw your head back quickly and you poke it out once more to just get a final glance, and you see an old man in this corner here, and you can also see that there are a couple other individuals. They all seem to be fatigued, tired, exhausted, just drained completely, and these goblins are putting them to work. They seem to just be chipping away at the stone walls as if they're just being forced into physical labor.
All right.
Okay.
I turn back.
I really.
I'm gonna actually say I want to turn back to Violet and say you probably should go ahead. You're not gonna have a good shot down here.
Yeah, am I still stealth? Because if I'm not, I'm going to try to roll stealth again. So I can
Yeah,
get up to this
I'll have you roll stealth once more, just because we're sort of getting deeper into this hideout.
I'm just gonna stay down.
No.
I'm gonna stay down here.
You are you can move about silently enough without giving away any of your position there, Violet. And you're sort of staying put there, Zephy.
Yeah, I'm not risking stealthing up there.
Okay, no worries.
Plus, this single file line. There's not much I can do in this close quarters right now.
Okay.
All right. So Nermac's gonna kind of talk back towards the crowd. You guys like, on my signal, we're gonna go. and then Nomac's gonna take out, and he's gonna pull his sickle and pretend that he's trying to chip away at rocks as he's walking in towards them, just chipping at rocks as if he's working the rocks with everybody else.
Okay, I'm going to do a performance check for you. 1 second. Normal performance.
If you roll a good performance.
So
No.
it's not.
Inspiration?
Yeah, it's not convincing. I don't know if you want to use that point of inspiration or not.
Yeah, I'll go.
Okay, so I'll re-roll with advantage for.
Watch this still low roll.
That'd be hilarious. Performance.
Oh wow.
Oh wow.
Good enough. So you start chipping away, but the goblins see you working, and you seem to be working hard, so they don't take any. They're one of them almost smirks a little bit, you know. We've got a good worker here.
Well, my goal is to get close enough to the boss, and then as soon as I get within striking range, I'm just gonna go into rage and just start swinging at him.
And while I'm in stealth,
Okay.
I want to try to shoot the goblin. I don't know what number he is because Nermac's covering it.
6.
Yes. I'm going to try to
Okay.
shoot that goblin while in stealth.
Alright, so I'm gonna get Violet to give me the stealth shot first. 18 is a hit.
And then your sneak attack. Oh god.
For 15 points. Okay, so we'll do 15. So an arrow comes flying and hits this goblin, and I believe Nermac is, without hesitation, going to go for the boss.
Yep, 2 swings.
Okay, so we'll do swing 1, swing 2. Oh my god.
Wait, why would advantage though?
Because it's like a surprise attack.
Oh, that's right. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
And,
Well, I'm also raged. I get 2 attacks when I'm in rage.
yeah, no, but you get extra attack, so I'm wondering if you get a third as a.
Well, it's bonus
Right,
action rage,
Yeah, you're right.
and then he would get 2 damage per rage. I mean, two damage per hit while raged, unless
That's
it
right.
unless it goes
I
up.
didn't check that off. No, you're right. It is 2,
It is 2. Okay.
Yeah.
and I didn't check it off. So it's just Okay, I should probably. Where is that? 1 second, guys.
11, 20
labor.
damage.
We're gonna do.
I'm a pretty.
46.
Ooh.
Yep.
46 damage. Oh fuck me on the boss.
Yeah.
Alright, so Nermac, you go up to him, and as this arrow comes and strikes the one to your right, the goblins seem to be off guard. As they draw their weapons, the boss isn't even able to fully unsheath his scimitar before you're able to stick him once, stick him twice quickly with your scimitar, and upstroke, slicing him from his gut right to his throat, and he falls backwards, dead.
Dear God.
If
I'm
I'm
gonna have-
able to, at that
Yeah.
point, I
Yeah.
take his weapon and I throw it to the guys working, and I yell, "Fight or die!"
I would say that would be a bonus action to throw.
I'm already done then. We'll have it.
Yeah. Okay. So at this point, I'll get an initiative roll, but I will also give the option to Zaya if you want to take, because you can still say that, right, Nermac? Even though you're not able to grab the weapon and throw it because you used your bonus, you can still use your interaction to socialize and yell, defend yourselves.
Yeah. I'm definitely gonna say, fight or die. And,
Fight or
yeah.
die.
So Zaya is in fact going to catch the blade.
Well, no, he didn't throw it.
No, he can't.
Oh, wait.
He didn't have his bonus.
Okay,
But you
well,
can,
yep.
reveal or just jump into your attack.
What he's gonna
underneath
do
one roll initiative.
is he's gonna. Okay, yeah.
Is Goblin 6 still alive?
Goblin 6 is still alive. Yeah. Oh, that doesn't even work now. Damn my scripts.
Oh wait, he lived with. He has more than 15 health. Oh, good.
At least I got 15 damage in on him.
Oh, we don't have the turn order, do we?
No, it's coming up here. There we go.
Not bad.
I gotta do Nurmak for him. Click on that. And normal initiative. Yeah, Nurmak's on
So-
fire.
So you said the boss is dead, right?
The boss is
The
dead.
boss was
Nurmak didn't give it.
definitely
Yeah.
Yeah, he still looks like he's alive. That's why I was
I
wondering.
know. No, it's my scripts. Like the actual health bar is at -6, but my scripts, my aura, everything's offline right now. I gotta redo my subscription for Roll20.
Oh, okay.
But I was telling the group I'll have it up and running next week, like fully subscribed and all our scripts back online.
All right, I didn't realize that's what that was.
Yeah, and I didn't realize either until we were actually in game, and then so I don't want to just like log off and resubscribe and all that kind of shit. So I'll do it
Wait,
afterwards.
why would you have to log off to do that?
You have to log out of the game to redo your scripts.
Oh, I thought you just opened up another tab and did it that way.
No, I'm not too sure. I usually have to exit game, go into the game settings, and restart the game
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
with the scripts. Yeah, at least that's how I've done it. I don't know if you can actually do it during game, but I don't want to ruin the flow. We're already in.
Oh, but you're good.
Mhm.
Is there a way to open your character sheet like through buttons on the screen, or you have to shift click?
I'll find out for you. Let me double check. So, from what I understand, if you go to the journal tab on the top right of Roll20, you have like
Yeah.
the main tab, the art library, and then the journal tab. And then if you scroll down to where it says Nurmak, you should be able to double click.
A click.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
It's
I
just a
think I'm
click.
And then you should have the option of clicking your character sheet tab.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I think I got it. Yeah. All right.
And then if you ever have trouble, what you can do is the very top.
Does that
of
work?
Let's see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did.
All right.
Yeah. And then what I was going to suggest, Nurmak, is that you can minimize your character sheet by actually double-clicking the actual tab where it says Nurmak Silsum at the very, very top. It's like in bold. It's actually on the window itself, not on the character sheet. If you double-click next to that name anywhere, your cursor kind of turns into this 4-directional arrow. You can double-click there, and it'll minimize your character sheet somewhere on the actual Roll20 map. Because then you'd be able to like open and close it just by clicking.
Yeah. Yeah. I shouldn't have done that.
It's all
Alright.
good. Yeah, it's all good. You can do your thing. But it's good to know that you can actually click and do your thing there.
Well, yeah, just loading and going back and forth.
Ah,
is
yeah,
not
yeah.
very helpful.
Yeah, I feel you. So that being said, though, Nurmak, you do have the first turn on this combat.
All right. So, is it both the golems are alive still? Both the goblins?
Yep.
Yeah.
Both
The one that was already hit with the arrow, I'm gonna slash at him twice.
Okay. So I'll give you that 18 for the first, and then looks like the 9 was a miss. So the twice, I'll take 17 points. So you easily slice this first one down.
That
And
was
the
both
second one-
attacks or the first
Yeah,
attack?
that was both attacks. Yeah.
Alright.
Anything else for you, Nurmak?
I'm gonna run over to the other one and try and kick him. I'm gonna give him a boot to the chest to push him back.
Okay, nice. Let's do a strength check.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do it for me. It's not.
I got you, pal. I got
Man,
you, pal.
I won't
Strength
get to
check.
do what I want.
Strength check easily pushes him back, gives you an attack of opportunity. Sickle for you.
Oh, come
Yep.
on. And he did.
Fuck off. Jesus H Christ.
I don't
29.
even get. I don't even get to do what I wanted to do. Crap.
Dang. All right. You successfully kick him in the chest, and as he sort of falls back, you quickly slice with your sickle from his shoulder down to his waist, and he falls dead. Yeah, there goes combat. Can I get a perception check from the group?
Do I count in that?
You do count in that now, Zaya. And I'll roll it for you there.
My perception sucks.
Mine doesn't.
Sorry, I might lose you guys for a second.
No problem.
I'm just trying to fix this. I have a bunch of shit going.
Woot.
Okay, so Violet, you're sort of in this area of the caves where everything seems to be bouncing off the walls. You can hear the screeching and the hissing and cackling of goblins, but you can't discern which direction it's coming from. Yeah. However, Zephy, you are a lot closer to them, and you notice that you can actually hear several goblins, a large amount, all coming your direction. And Zaya, you have been in this cave for quite a while, so you're familiar with these sounds, and you know the force that's coming towards you. You know the full well the strength and numbers that they have here.
Zaya's just gonna laugh in an old tone. It seems it's time.
And I'm going to look to Piers and say to Piers, we got a lot more goblins coming. We need to be ready.
Oh. There's no need for that.
I know.
I've got this.
No, I'm down here.
Oh, right. So Zaya's going to take out of nowhere what seems to just appear out of nowhere, take out a dagger, and cut off the boss's head.
Okay, nice.
With
I will say you do it easily enough, Zaya, and you can add the goblin boss head to your inventory.
Alright. While he's doing that, I'm gonna hold action Fish's Mockery to the first goblin I see come around this corner. And then
Okay.
I'm also gonna have Piers see if he can hold action right here. When they come to attack me, he can come out and swing at them while they're focused on me.
Okay.
So they're coming from this
So-
way.
Zaya's not even gonna. So Zaya's just gonna walk right past Nurmak without even hesitating, and he's just gonna appear right here. He's just gonna walk over here
So I guess they're gonna come from underneath the bridge.
from underneath the bridge. Well, good.
Second here.
Is that where they're coming from? I'm not sure.
Okay. Let's see here. So I gotta bring these guys up. So one of them comes right around the corner. Zephy,
Well, they're coming that way.
followed by another one. Zaya, you can see another one coming from. Oh, come on.
Oh, I
guess I'll-
absolutely can.
I guess I'll take this time.
I thought she was up there though. Yeah.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Or I guess before we start combat, I'll move right over here.
So, there's another boss. Oh boy. So what he's gonna do, Zaya, as he sees Goblin 7, he's going to pierce his mind.
Okay.
Oh, you had the same idea, didn't you?
This. I'm going to speak to him. And he's going to be like, you... And he's going to speak in Goblin right to him.
So, I
You
guess
should
I'm
all
still-
stop. Stop trying to kill people. We can help you.
I guess I'm still in stealth.
And he's going to say to the Goblin, I know what you lot have been through. But this sword of vengeance worked with us instead of against us.
Okay. So Yeah, Violet, I'll say that your stealth is still good, and for Zaya, this when you communicate telepathically to this Goblin 7, you don't even need to share the language, but I like that you're doing it strictly in Goblin. I think it's kind of it really goes with the background and the character that you've got. So I'm gonna throw you a point of inspiration as well for Zaya, and let's see here.
Does my held action go off, by the way?
It will, absolutely, but I would just want to do this quick, I want to call it a persuasion check for Zaya.
Yeah, that's fine.
Too easy. Wow. Even.
Hey, you have
Of course.
you-
Even with the,
you have inspiration, by the way. You have inspiration.
Oh yeah, I do have that. Give me 1 second.
No problem.
Let me go use that.
Reroll with advantage when you're ready.
That's much
Oh, you
better.
you got that one on there.
Ah!
That is so funny, man. That couldn't have gone better. Too easy. Now one. Oh my god, man, you kill me, dude.
It's
All
crazy that even with the nat 1, you know, my persuasion is still almost a 10.
Yeah, that is nuts, man. So what I will say is that this first one that you're communicating with Goblin 7, he is persuaded to sort of stop for a second and really absorb all the what you're sending him telepathically. However, his Zephy's held action.
I wasn't looking down there, by the way. I was looking towards the bridge because I wasn't expecting them to come behind me.
Okay, so then your first held action will be on Goblin 6. So right now, Zaya, the only one that's level with you is Goblin 5. Goblin 6, Goblin 4 are actually lower, following the creek headed towards.
Well, luckily I already know Goblin 5 is there.
All right.
I can see him coming a mile away. I got Devil Sight.
All right.
Perfect.
And then on Goblin 6, here's the Vicious Mockery. I'm going to say, you really think you can do anything at this point? You guys work with orcs. You have no pride.
Alright, wisdom saving throw for Goblin 6.
Yep.
Wisdom saving throw, Goblin 6.
And he takes 6 damage, and his next attack is disadvantage.
6 damage, and next attack is at disadvantage. Okay, gotcha. I would say you also had a held action for Pierce, right?
If they came up to attack me, he would come out and whack them.
Okay, sounds good. I think for this, I'm going to just move Nurmak at least behind Pierce. And
Well, I was going to say that Nurmak is going to try and get the other two guys who are working to fight for it with them. He's going to go and try and embellish them to, like, the fight or die, like live now or die. And he's going to try and get them to join us with their pickaxes or whatever they got with them to fight with us.
Sounds good. So, unfortunately, as you do so, you notice right here that there is a child. There's a couple of children in here. They're sort of child slaves. You notice that they have these strange markings on them. They're sort of shirtless. They're just wearing rags at this point. And you notice on the back of their shoulders that there are these blue star sort of markings, the same that Pierce had on his shoulder. And you notice that these two children are sort of hovering over this one individual. This individual here is sort of darker in skin, and he is wearing just rags as well, but he's critically injured. You can see that he's sort of sweating, his eyes are closed, he looks to be in extreme pain, and he's not doing so well. The other two, though, are a little bit older, and I'm gonna have to get I would say a persuasion check off you, so I'll do that for you quick. Normal persuasion, there you are.
Nat 20.
Okay, no problem. I'll just, yeah. They are gung-ho. Oh, what is your profession? I'm a potter, sir. And yeah, so they're gonna join you for the fight, Nurmak. I don't know if you wanna attend the injured person or just get straight into combat. Up to you.
No, I don't attend to anybody. I just grab whoever's ready to fight, and I say, to blood or to death, we fight tonight.
Okay, perfect. So they will make their way one to support Violet, one to support Pierce, and do you want to go up to Violet or down to Zephy?
I'm going up towards Violet.
Okay, perfect. So we'll get you to your 30.
Oh boy, this is gonna be interesting.
Alright, at this point, I'm gonna get Violet to give me, because you're stealth just before combat, you can go ahead and give me an attack. The only I would say you could really hit is Goblin's 6. Oh, sorry, 5. My apologies, 5.
And since I'm stealth, I have advantage.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, hit. 5, 13. No, that's 12. My bad.
Alright. Okay, I'm so sorry, guys. Can you give me like 3 to 5 minutes? I have to grab a charger for my phone. It's another building. It's gonna die if I don't.
No, no
Give me
problem,
like
pal.
3 to 5 minutes. I'll be back.
No problem, man. I'm gonna get everyone at this point to roll for initiative, except
Wait, did it?
and Zaya did his. Yeah, okay.
Did we?
No,
Alright.
no, I just meant that you sort of got
Alright.
your preemptive strike.
I forgot we're already in a different fight.
Yeah.
Goodness.
So you guys can go ahead and roll for initiative.
Not bad.
Oh, I rolled terrible.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
Roll terrible.
Wait, which one did you hit, Violet?
5.
Oh, crap.
I also hit 6.
Okay, well, don't worry. I'll get Goblin 5 to stop fighting. Don't you worry.
Well, what about 3 down here where the boss is at?
Oh, true.
You already got the one by 7. They could turn on their master.
Oh, man. I'm gonna Misty step down and be like, yes. Ah.
Shoot.
Thank God Pierce has a hold action.
So far, it looks like I'm going last.
Yeah.
Well, he's happy because all his people actually get to do something.
Okay, so
Where's
looks
my-
like
oh.
6 is going first here.
Yep.
All right, 6 is going to charge forward at you, Zephy.
Get him,
and
Pierce.
strike.
Oh, Pierce.
Oh, that's right. Hold action for anything that gets you. So, in a valiant display of courage, Pierce is just gonna shove you to the side and make a quick strike.
Mhm.
Let me just double check something here. I want to. How do you? 1 second, guys. Why isn't that working? Yeah, that's what I want.
They're seeing a guy full of covered in blood just coming right at him.
Right, yeah, he's got a scimitar. Okay, a 5 to hit. So he pushes you out of the way, Zephy. He musters all the courage he can and strikes at this goblin, but the goblin is far too experienced and agile and dodges his attack with ease.
All right.
And so Goblin 6 is going to make his attack. Yeah, let's see here. Yep, just 1, and the goblin can take the disengage or hide as a bonus. Okay. So
And it is a disadvantage.
So he attempts to slash at Pierce, and Pierce sort of trips on a rock and falls. And as he does so, the scimitar just grazes above his head and smashes into the rock. And this goblin is going to push forward since Pierce is on the ground.
Is he going?
Use my
is-
bonus to take the disengage.
Oh, okay.
Okay, excellent. So that'll prevent any opportunity attack from Zephy. And we've got the boss next, who's up. Let's see if we can squeeze through.
Now the question is Goblin 7 going to turn on
Take
his
half
boss?
movement. Alright, and he's going to attempt to strike at you, Zephy.
Alright.
Where are you, boss? There you are. 2 attacks, scimitar. Alright, no problem. First one.
Ah,
Second
shit.
one is with disadvantage.
Why was he disadvantaged on the second one?
Okay, 22 and 11.
Okay, 11 will miss. 22 hits.
What about this guy? Are these ones hidden? Nope, those should be fine. Okay, Zephy, what's your AC?
Oh, it's a 13.
Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah, can you hear
Yeah,
me?
we can.
Can you hear me at all?
Bagels.
I can't hear you guys. Hold on, let me just... Maybe I'm the one who's messed up here. Hear me now?
We've been able to hear you, but you just can't hear us.
I just couldn't hear you guys, yeah. Maybe I just muted all of you by accident. Alright.
But
Sorry,
you-
so Zephy, the first one, the 22 hits you, I imagine?
Oh yeah, I have a 20. I have a 13 AC.
13 AC, and so the 11 misses you. And,
Yeah.
so
And
first attack.
I am gonna cutting words the damage and say, you think you're a boss? The other one died so easily. And then there'll be a roll a D8. Add 2 less damage. I don't think anything else applies to it. Yeah.
So just 6 slashing for you.
Yep.
Okay, and then Goblin 4 is up. Not being able to reach his eye is going to charge forward and strike at you, Zephy. This will be with advantage. Just 1 scimitar attack.
Oh yeah, I'm in trouble.
23,
Yep.
and damage will be 5 slashing.
That's not too bad.
Next up is Goblin 7. Moving up.
Yet he
And-
was persuaded to stand down.
Oh, that's right. Thank you for reminding me.
No problem.
So Goblin 7, I'm going to put a mark on him. Here we go. And Zaya, you are up.
So, I've got this pretty much in the bag. Hopefully. He's going to look. Let's see here. I hope that goblins have a pretty weak wisdom.
What are you gonna do?
What do you think?
Suggestion?
Yes. So, at the Zaya's gonna take out the head of the other boss and he's gonna throw it right to the other boss's feet. And as he does, he's going
Oh.
to cast suggestion. And he's going to say, these are the words he's going to say, and it's all going to be in Goblin. These individuals have already killed your last. Well, it's going to be an elderly man. They have already killed another boss. You should stand down. I know what happened here. Let us work with you. Have all the goblins stand down. And
Okay,
then- He gonna send it.
so this will be a wisdom saving throw for the boss.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
To
let's
order
get this
his
guy's
troops to
character
stand down
sheet.
to work with them.
Okay.
It works for 8 hours, so if he fails, then he's mine. Ha 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 ha!
But it does end when they finish their task.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just making sure you
But-
knew that.
At that point, the goblins will be with us. Well, with me. The old man who speaks goblin. Old man in quotation marks.
Yep.
Okay, Okay, so this is not considered an attack, right? So
No.
No.
Okay. So that takes that out of the question. So wisdom saving throw.
Yay!
Make sure I'm normal. Yep.
We
11.
got him!
So
Haha!
what's the DC 16? So it's a fail.
Yeah,
and on
that's
a
the-
failed, it pursues the course of action you described to the best of its ability. The suggested course of action can continue for the entire duration. If the suggested activity can be completed in a shorter time, the spell ends when the subject finishes. Okay. Okay, so in all, you've suggested to stand down and
have the
order
go-
his men to stand down as well. And you didn't do it threateningly. You just said,
Nope.
look at what happened to your last boss, but you are sort of coming in almost neutral, saying, I know what happened here, stand down. We can talk.
Yep,
Sounds
is-
good.
absolutely how he said it.
Okay, so
All in
that-
Goblin.
that being said, I will say that he will use his reaction to simply grab his horn.
That is
This
loud.
The boss goblin lets loose this huge bellow that echoes through the caves, and his horn just sort of alerts all the other goblins, and immediately they all turn their attention to the boss. You can hear him just sort of cackling in goblin, and they seem to... They're holding their weapons, but their weapons are being held lower and not so threateningly. Alright, is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn there, Zaya?
Nope, that's pretty much all he had to do.
Okay. So, I would say at this moment, let me just double check something. They do speak common.
However,
Yes.
I understand it's probably easier for them to talk to the orcs in common.
Yeah, so I would say that at least the boss, he says to you, speak. What are your terms?
Zaya's gonna jump down, which seems odd for, an old man.
Okay.
And then he goes, the terms are simple. Have order the goblins to stand down, seize the attacks on the individuals of the towns surrounding the area. If you can get the orcs to agree to this, we will help you in any way. I know what has been going on. I've been listening.
Well, if you know, then you know that these are not my orders, but they come straight from Kragma himself.
He nods. Yes, and I know that Neverwinter is involved.
What do you suggest?
So at this point, Zaya's gonna drop the facade, and soon enough, he's gonna slowly fades into a younger-looking individual, and he goes, "I can have pull within Neverwinter. I can find out what has been going on, and I will have a stop to this. All we ask is that you work with us." And if I have to destroy the orc chieftain within Cragmaw, I will. I don't want to, because I know that you guys are just as innocent as the people that you are holding as slaves.
What is your name?
The name is King Zaya Ayom, Lord of Lethshek.
Boss Kags will drop to a knee, and he will say, King Zaya, You have me and my men. As for Kragma, I cannot speak for them.
Very good.
As he says that, I want to see if I know what the hell that is.
I would say, give me a history check.
Let's see
But
that history.
I want to get that with a disadvantage, Zephy, because it's not from it's not from the Sword Coast.
It's Eastern Lashek, or Eastern
Yeah, I
Faerun,
know.
but
That's why
Yeah.
I did that.
No, I'd say that you haven't heard of any king or any kingdom from what he's talking about. It's beyond your historical knowledge of the Sword Coast.
Does he at least look like he's actually acting like nobility?
You can tell from what this person is wearing, they are sort of covered in very fine, nor sort of noble clothing, for sure. You can also see that this character is bearing a very unique and very exquisite signet ring with a red ruby that's it's flawless, it's pristine, and it's actually carved and chipped out to look and resemble a red dragon.
Hmm.
You can see that this old man that was once had a walking stick is now this sort of really well kept young man whose walking stick is now a very, I would say, pristine staff. You can see that this individual has dark blue eyes. They almost, you can tell just by this person's look that they are of nobility and that they have a very strong sense of what it's like to be in power, just from the eyes, as they sort of have this piercing glance and this very rich white hair. It's not even white from age. It's just their natural hair color, and it's very well kept. This guy brushes every day.
All right. I see that this guy is bowing to him. I know they speak common. I'm gonna actually ask in common. Hey, sir. Uh, do you know if Jandar is here? And then she'll give him the exact description of Jandar because she's been looking for him.
So you're asking the goblin boss?
Yes, because he seemed like he would actually know if he was here or not.
The goblin boss will not address you directly, but he will address Zaya, and he will say, "Forgive me, my lord, but as you very well know, many have perished here."
Yes, that is true. Unfortunately, many have died here. They were quite the slave drivers. Luckily for me, my I wasn't doing most of the work.
He's still
There's a reason.
speaking in Goblin,
There's
isn't he?
no. He's speaking in common to Zephy. The only reason he wasn't doing work, I'll explain that later.
Okay.
But Zephy, that gives you the impression that in the room that you were in, where all these other slaves have sort of come out of, is where they would um, keep their abductees and their slaves in
All
general.
right. She actually kind of looks a little bit fierce right now. She's not happy with what he said because that means he might have used her father to not work when he could have
No,
worked.
not at all.
But well,
He lo-
he I'm not. She's like this is her being like not saying anything. This is how she looks.
Right.
She's
Right.
actually going to go this way, and she is going past the goblin regardless. If he tries to
Yep.
stop her, he is going to push him down.
They're all sort of standing down according to their orders from their boss,
All
which
right.
has sort of been persuaded by Zaya. So you can absolutely make your way through the caves.
Alright, I am going this way. I don't see anybody yet. I'm going to go here.
Around the corner, you see these two children, dirty, fatigued, in rags, and they are holding Jandar, who seems to be lifeless.
She immediately rushes, and she is, without even looking to see if he is still alive or not, she is going for their highest level healing word to heal him.
Unfortunately, nothing happens as he is beyond all life. He's dead.
Wow. Oh shit, that actually is bad.
I guess seeing Zeffy run down this hallway from there, I'll follow after.
Okay.
She is not happy. She knows that she can still speak with him. She's gonna do a speak with the dead.
Okay. So,
Nermac is just gonna stay posted up along the bridge.
okay, perfect. So it says here that the spell fails if the corpse was the target of this spell, which it wasn't. Until the spell ends, you can ask the corpse up to 5 questions. The corpse knows only what it knew in life, including the languages it knew. Okay, so I guess you can ask up to 5 questions, I suppose.
I'm going to ask, which one of them killed you?
He will respond and say, "Greetings, daughter. Bless you and bless Baylor. I am with him now. Please do not trouble yourself with such things."
And she will.
I raised you better than to seek revenge.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, fuck, I'm getting choked up.
Oh god. Uh, she knows that his ultimate goal was to make sure that she could be as good as alchemist as he was, and she's gonna ask, "Who's gonna now train me for alchemy now that I lost you?" And then she's gonna be starting to cry as she says that question.
Oh no.
I have taught you all I can, daughter. I trust you will find your own way, just as I did.
Damn. In the middle of the grind, she will actually see if she can get an answer to the whole question that she's been wanting to know. Who exactly is my mom? Just to see if he'll finally give the answer.
Yeah, just give me a sec. I want to check my notes here. Under yours, I got Zaya, Nermac, Vikin. Where are you? Zephy.
I can't believe you killed him.
1 second.
And I guess what? I guess since I start seeing Zeffy to cry, I'll give her a side hug.
Okay,
Aww.
hold on. Okay, so Jandar he doesn't respond through voice, but you do get sort of a glimpse of his memory, something, just a part of experience of his life, and you actually see an interesting character. It's Hito Farwin.
Dear Christ, he did do it.
uh, so you get these sort of glimpses. Balthazar Gelt being her biological father, and then you have this sort of weird break in time and space, and you get this glimpse of Hito Farwin.
How many questions have I asked already, by the way, Bagels?
I would say one was who killed you. 2 was the
Who will
alchemist.
train me?
Yeah, exactly. And then 3 was the mother. So you have 2 more, I imagine.
Yep. Oh, shit. Oh. This is difficult, Bagels. You're making it difficult for me. Dear Christ. Ugh. Hmm. Where would you like to be buried? I'm gonna go non-selfish question there.
He will respond and say, uh, "Worry not for these things, child, for I am with Pelor now."
Hmm. All right. Instead of asking the question like normal, she will say, "Uh, I will make sure to do everything for Paylor's ritual, just so you know I still follow Paylor." And then she will, in the middle of trying not to continue like bawling, she will get down while the spirit is there and do the entire ritual that you would do for someone that's lost.
Okay. Um, Jandar will respond and say, he will say, "The greatest gift you have given me, the greatest gift you have given me is you being my daughter. I could not be more proud."
And once the spell is over, which already did all my questions, uh, since he did not wish for her to seek vengeance, she legitimately is going to end up just falling over his body and just straight up like full blown crying. She is not ready to move. She is needing to grieve.
Okay.
I
Da-
almost started crying.
damn it, Bagels. Why'd you do it to me? Now,
Well,
I have a real question though. Had Nermac went over when he was looked like he was critical, could he have saved him?
Yes.
Damn it!
Yeah.
Well,
There was two.
but that fits
He had a
Nermac.
he had a 50-50 chance, but it fits Nurmak, yeah, because he had no idea. He didn't know who John Dar was. It's not like he was playing a character from from the other campaign. Like
Yeah.
he had no knowledge of it. Yeah, because interestingly enough, Zephy is pretty much directly tied to the last campaign, and Violet is sort of indirectly tied to the last campaign, given her background with Rose, right?
Hmm.
So yeah, I mean, if Nurmak was playing some sort of, I don't know, cousin or something of Fubar or something, then perhaps maybe. But no, Nurmak has absolutely no idea who Jandar was. No ties with anybody from Fandolin or anything like that.
All right.
Yeah.
Any reaction from the two kids while that entire thing went on?
Yeah, you can see that their hearts weigh heavy as they can sort of feel your pain, and they mention to you that even though he is dead, that he didn't suffer, and that while he was alive, he was the only one giving the rest of the group hope. That he always stood for what was right.
And in response, then I will do the same, just as he has. If you have nowhere to go, I will make sure that you are raised properly and that you have a fulfilling life.
Perfect.
They are kids, right?
Yeah, they're
yeah.
children.
Okay, I'll
They're
make.
actually. You can see that they actually have the blue star birthmark on the back of their shoulders, the same as Pierce did.
And me.
And Violet as well, yeah. And you know from what Pierce was telling you that it's just an orphanage, but they were used for slave labor, essentially.
All right. Well, I'm officially going to go change my name on my character sheet now. 'Cause-
To General Sephi.
no, to Zephy Farwin.
Yeah.
Since I actually didn't think he was going to do Hito, to be honest. And then you pulled out of nowhere that it was.
Yeah.
I swear, if another parent dies,
Oh, it's going great, but
Like Rose.
the big
Oh,
ass
God.
reveal that
No.
Jindar just died, the
no.
father of my character, and that her actual mother is my character from the last campaign. Like emotional scene
Thing
just
is,
happened
Violet
there.
has three parents she can lose. It's Rose, and then her biological parent.
Now my character basically has adopted 2 kids.
Okay, so what do you guys think? What would Nermac be doing right now? I know he's sort of standing by the bridge. He's sort of witnessing all this go down. He's seeing that the Goblin boss has sort of been persuaded by Zaya. They seem to all be on the same page here. Zaya seems to have quite a bit of information as to what's been going on here. It's almost as if this person's been undercover as a slave and, has sort of the ins of the hideout. And we know that these individuals were abducted and taken from different parts of the region, and one of them which happened to be Zephy's father. And so what do you think you guys would be doing at this point?
Nermac is still just chilling on the bridge. He's watching everything. He's looking, sickle in hand, ready to pounce. He's
Okay.
just trying to figure out what's going on. He's ready. He's ready for blood. He's ready to go.
Nice. And Zaya, what would you be doing at this point?
So out of nowhere, it's gonna be pretty funny. A second Zaya is gonna appear right here. Right here.
Okay.
I don't know if I can make a double second token of them or not.
I'm gonna do it now, but I'm just gonna make
Right.
this one 0. Hopefully they're not linked.
They shouldn't.
Hope not.
There's a reason for this madness.
Oh god.
Oh, they are linked. Oh, I see. I have to separate it. That's why. I got it. I got an idea. So if I go like this, this one's supposed to represent the familiar, right?
Yep.
Okay. I see. Okay, so if I just make it a generic token, then that should be fine. And I can turn this. That should be fine. Let me just check that out. Yeah, just like that. Okay, 1 second.
That looks like 3.
Yeah, 1 second.
What did I do?
That's all good. Right there. Okay, so you create this second version of you, essentially. Appears, at least.
Mm-hmm. And Zaya's gonna look to his other form and he's gonna be like, Zrill, ride to Neverwinter. Go there in my stead. Figure out what's been going on here.
Sick, dude. Fuck, that's actually fucking awesome. So I guess without hesitation, this, mirror image of you just sort of nods and disappears or takes off.
He can shift, go invisible, or
Okay.
He'll shift into an imp first, and then turn invisible before flying out of the cave.
Sick. Okay, cool. The boss goblin sort of nods his head at you, and he feels a little bit more trusting of you at this point, hearing the order that you just gave, and now that you're actually following up on what you said. Zephy and Violet, what would you guys be doing?
Oh shit. I'll let Violent go first. I gotta actually think.
Okay, no problem.
I guess I would ask the children if they need water or food, because I have water and rations I can give them if need be.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they would take to that. They have not eaten or drank, and they're heavily fatigued and exhausted.
Okay, then I'll give both of them a water flask, and then I'll give both of them a ration.
Okay, excellent. And then give yourself a point of inspiration there as well. Anything for you, Zephy?
Shit. I'm going to ask these two. Now, this is your decision now. Do you want to follow me and actually become a family over time?
We'll find out here. One of them will follow with you. The other wants to try to make it back home. So
Oh, are they at? Do they actually have a home? I should ask that.
one of them has a home. The other one seems to be more or less. Um,
An orphan.
yeah, like one of them wants to try to make it back to the town that they were abducted from, and the other one will follow you.
I was
Alright.
about to say, were their children kidnapped by this orphanage?
They were taken from the orphanage, yeah, but the other one wants to try to make it back to a town I think that they recall or remember. Sort of test their luck out there, because not all these, like, orphans must have come from a town or a place that's someplace along the line. So when they had nobody to take care for them, the orphanage would take them in.
Alright.
Well, I guess.
Actually, which village does she believe she's from?
This one believes they're from a small town west of Connieberry called Westbridge.
Alright. Shoot, I hope that's on the map somewhere. Alright. And I will tell her, alright, we'll do everything in our power to get you back to Westbridge.
And you can see that the child smiles and their eyes are sort of watery. If they were to blink, I'm sure a tear would slip through. So you can tell that they're extremely grateful and
Well,
happy.
someone's got to be their hope at this point. This is so much character development going on right now. I don't know how to handle it. I really don't. Like, how am I supposed to react? Okay. I'll also let them know. Hey, currently the goblins will not attack us, so just stick close and don't get separated. If they try to keep you, then they will have to be taken down.
Okay. So they both nod their head and go with you.
Alright, and then I'll have Violent go ahead.
If I can move, because right now my stuff's frozen.
Damn it, Bagels.
I can help you out. Right? Yeah.
Okay, I'm frozen now.
I'm assuming you're gonna be moving the kids.
Yeah, I'll take care.
Wait, I just realized. So is it the female, the little girl that I got, and then
Yeah.
The guy is the one that's trying to return home. Okay.
Correct.
You already know what I'm going to end up doing, right?
That was just a roll of the dice. No, I have no idea, man.
You're going to have to deal with 2 bards.
Oh, shit.
unless
Nice.
she just doesn't want to be one, then
Yeah, you never know.
all right.
I mean, if one of
See
them
how
wants to
she
have to
takes
shoot
the
a
music.
bow.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you never know. Or who knows, maybe she'll become the queen of the underworld or something.
Are you sure you want to be going that way with the 2 kings?
Oh, I'm just standing here waiting to see what happens.
Yeah, so what do you guys think as a party you'd like to do now? Because, I believe Nurmak, Zephi, and Violet, you guys all have still your, I guess, I wouldn't call it a main quest, but we know that it was like your first quest, which was the Giledas to go down south. But you also know that there is sort of trouble that seems to be stirring up here within the middle region of just the Sword Coast, which is sort of the northern region. Giledas, we know, is to the very south of the Sword Coast. We know that Neverwinter and Phendelin are sort of the northern parts of the Sword Coast. And within that northern part, we know that there's some trouble that seems to be stirring up because not too far from Phendelin itself, you guys find yourselves here in this hideout. And it seems to be that these goblins, you know, they're not entirely evil. Otherwise, I don't think they would have been able to be
Persuaded.
persuaded. Yeah.
Do we know if there's more goblins in the cave?
No, there are. It's safe to assume there are no more goblins in the cave.
Eh.
That you would know. Like the remnants of the forces after your initial attack revealed themselves, and this is them.
Alright.
By the way,
Well,
Nurmak,
if that's the case, then as Nurmak wants to, he's gonna explore the cave to see what he can find within the crevices.
Okay. Let's see here. I'm gonna get an investigation check from you, Nurmak. You need me to roll it for you?
Yeah.
Investigation, normal, no problem. There you are.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh.
Brutal. Yeah.
oh, does he even miss the animals?
Let's see here. Okay. You do find a document. It's clear as day. You couldn't miss it. It's just sitting on like a crate that seems to be made like a makeshift kind of table, and it just specifies different targets, different towns, and there's like a central sort of hub, which is the Cragmaw Castle. So it's basically just like their map, their sort of strategy, their plans, kind of thing. As far as animals, yeah, the carcasses of the animals are found, so it looks like that they were being gnawed upon, eaten.
Is the map or information I found, is it in Goblin tongue or is it in like whatever I can read?
It is in Goblin tongue for any of the writings, but for the drawing itself, you can recognize the map, the location. You could recognize Neverwinter, Phendelin, and you can recognize at least this castle. And because you do have familiarity with the Sword Coast, Cragmaw Castle is like an old abandoned fortress that used to be owned by men. Just by its location alone, you recognize it to be Cragmaw Castle. And you can also safely assume that it's being run or overrun now by, because it was once an abandoned old fortress, so now it seems to be, it seems that the goblins have taken residence there.
Alright, I'll take that letter as like Goblin.
Okay. Sounds good. I'll put that in there for you. Oops.
Oh, a letter? Is it in common or goblin?
It is in Goblin, yeah. It was just a map. I'm just gonna put a Goblin map.
Guess who can read it?
I'd like to recollect my 2 arrows I shot.
I'll safely say you could grab them. You don't need to roll or anything. That's easy enough. And Nermac, after sort of exploring this room, there's not much else you can find in terms of goods or treasures. So I could bring you back up to the bridge, or, you can head back to
Yeah, I'm gonna meet up. I'll meet up with everybody where they're gonna settle in.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna turn my back to any of the goblins. I'm wherever the. I mean, I have sight of the goblins that are kind of
Yeah,
with us.
you're still hesitant. I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. What do you guys think the rest of you would be doing? I mean, you do have this new character who seems to have single-handedly persuaded this handful of goblins.
Yeah. Have I met that guy yet?
No, not really. No.
None of
You
us
guys are
really
sort
have
of-
met
yeah.
him.
You just showed up.
Yeah.
But he was already there. We showed up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, Nurmac's gonna go and approach him and be like, "Where do you stand? Will you fight, or will you leave?"
Leave? I'm too invested in this. It was amusing. I mean, it wasn't amusing. I mean, Zrill was doing all the labor, so I mean, for me, I was just sitting, walking around, watching.
Watching. You watch this treachery at bay.
Sometimes, trying to understand your enemy is the best way to win them over. These goblins are victims as much as the people they victimized.
Oh, tell that to the man we saved as they slaughtered our animals and took him for dead.
That is unfortunate.
Kudos
You
to
should
him,
tell-
actually.
So how about you tell the goblins that their children and their brothers and sisters are insignificant? Is that what you would say to them?
I do not have to tell them such. It is known.
Oh,
my
God.
Please don't.
Nurmak is racist.
But it seems like it.
What?
While I'm hearing,
Goblin life, it doesn't. Goblin on goblin crime. It's a victimless crime.
while I'm
With your
hearing,
tongue, with your silver tongue, will you join us in the battle against evil? We conquer the land and find what is right.
Conquer the land? Of course. And if it comes to pass that Neverwinter is indeed involved with the missing orcs and missing goblins, I will bring my armies from Leshek and conquer it.
But
dear
do
Christ.
we behead these goblins left behind? What is our plan with the rest of these foul creatures?
They are allies.
Allies. You'll trust one of these?
Absolutely.
I mean, it's not like they can fight against them.
You see, it's not like I can't understand what they're saying.
Normark's gonna pull out one of his ropes and say, "We should tie them up, and we'll drag them behind us to town.
No.
Sell them to the highest bidder."
No. They are our
God.
equals. They are free.
Oh, God.
Well, then they should be free without me. I will not watch them.
That's all right. They will serve me. Isn't that right, boss? Isn't that right, boss Goblin?
We just want to protect our own.
You see? Protecting?
Then I say,
Helping
leave
them.
us. Go and protect your own. I want no part of you.
It was men who stole our children. We simply stole them back. Would you not do the same? We didn't start this.
As I said, they are victims as much as the people that we saved.
I'm going to yell to
What
Nurmak.
is not yours and call it right.
He's some
Simply make that was wrong better.
I want to say, hey, Nurmak, can we save it? we need to at least get the ones that are still alive out. And her voice is cracking because she's still mostly scarred by what she found.
I'm actually gonna kind of stare at you with his sickle in his hand, just kind of flipping it end to end, catching on the handle, just kind of looking at you, just
Nice.
flipping it.
Ooh, so scary.
Very skilled though. I like it.
Then where to? Where do we go from here?
Well, I assume we should go deal with the orcs and get them to come to our side. If we can stop this, then no more people get hurt.
You know where these orcs reside.
Yes, absolutely. There's a keep here, and I assume the boss here knows the way there.
Then he shall lead the way.
Are you fine with this? He says as he turns to the goblin.
We should rest. We shall rest here tonight. There's still a storm brewing outside, and we could all use a good night's rest.
Absolutely.
Very
I
well.
agree. No,
Relax, put the sickle away.
I assume, boss,
Stand
that
in the corner,
you and the
don't
goblins will
everybody.
not be trying to harm anyone. In fact, we'd very much like you to protect the children.
We don't want any trouble. Might be a better idea if we take one end of the cave and you take the other.
Did he say that in Goblin or Common?
Common.
Zephy will not allow them to be separated from her.
Very well.
And I agree with that.
Zephy's,
Okay.
even though she's mostly scarred, she will protect these kids regardless.
Okay. Then he will sort of motion his hand, and the rest of his crew will make way to their sort of common area. Oops, wrong button. Yeah, you guys are more than welcome to, make make camp anywhere you like, or with the goblins as well, if you're not trying to leave them alone.
Your master is still bring out the opening to the staircase there.
Okay, yeah.
He's not planning on sleeping. He's gonna stay at watch. He has no trust in these goblins.
Okay.
I guess if Nermax would just be at the stairs, we can camp next to areas of water.
Yeah, you guys can move your tokens there, absolutely, and set up for a long rest.
That way we're not completely separated, but we're not all together.
Right.
Alright. This is actually going to run into a problem I just thought about. We don't exactly have extra bags on us. I'm gonna look. I want to see if there's any bags in here that are not soiled with Goblin that look like they're actually maybe halfway decent.
I'll stay
Okay.
next to the children while you do that.
Give me an investigation check.
7.
Yeah, you might find one that isn't terrible.
Alright, I get 1, and then I will look to the children. I'll give the one to that one I found to the boy. I will give Zephy's actual bag to the girl. I still haven't figured out what their names are. I haven't even asked. I haven't thought about it because I've been so out of it because of how this happened.
Yeah.
Now I'm wondering, how does Jandar actually end up in that coffin in another campaign?
It will reveal itself in time.
Uh,
That's right.
No pun intended.
Oh, that's right.
oh Lord. Yeah, I know.
Bruh, my brain now hurts because you saying that.
I know. But
Yeah. Have you heard of the grandfather paradox?
no.
Okay, so the grandfather paradox is you're born and you grow up, you create a time machine, you go back in time, and then
Oh no.
you kill your grandfather, so that way your dad is never born, so then you're never born, so then you never create the time machine, and then
Your grandfather.
pardon me?
But then you never kill your grandfather.
No, there's a way. I forget how it goes. I'm gonna look it up. The grandfather paradox is a trip, man, but it's a trip.
Oh
Yeah,
Lord.
right,
Yeah,
the grandfather paradox. Okay.
It sounds.
So, do you have any names for these kids you could think of?
Oh yeah, for sure. I can get you some names for the kids.
Okay.
Let me double check. Where are you? For my prisoners.
Their names are prisoners.
No, have them under my prisoners list.
All right. Actually, I don't even know if I know where Westbrook is at.
Okay, so the boy's name is Alder.
Alder, can you put that on the token?
Yeah, I'll put it on this token. Come on, baby. Alder. Okay. Nameplate, that's fine. And the girl here is Ashen. Come on. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, so I think the grandfather paradox is the grandfather's alive, the father is born, then you're born, then you create a time machine, you go into the past, you kill your grandfather, so your father is not born, and therefore you're not born, so then you don't create the time machine, so you can't go back in time, which means your grandfather's still alive.
Dear Lord.
You know what I mean?
Never-ending cycle.
So we're basically in another timeline, but the same world.
Yeah, it's a paradox that you guys have created because you meddled with time.
Okay, two people decided they wanted to meddle with time. Two of us got dragged along.
Yeah, that's true. You guys got dragged along. Oh man.
How'd you come up with this shit, Bagels?
Fuck, man. To be honest, it's mostly improv at this point. But the first campaign, I didn't even think it was gonna go back in time. You guys decided. You had two choices. You guys could have went and fought Cryovane, and it would have been, live happily ever after. But then you decided to go after the wizard, and then the wizard was the one who basically meddled with time. And you guys all got sucked into it. Actually, now that I think about it.
I was gonna really fuck that up last time, where I was gonna when we fought the dragon at the end, I was gonna toss that potion that took me back to the
time and place that you drank it,
Yeah.
that you stole it. Yeah.
I was gonna toss that into his mouth and be like, "He's done. We're out of here."
Can you imagine that he just shows up in Roland Blackraven's house? But the irony is that you guys would have also been in that cabin.
We would have had backup. We would have had a wizard and Black Thorn with us.
Yeah, you would have had Black Raven, you would have had Helmet and Selmus, you would have had all you guys in the cabin, and, you know, Black just been like, please, you can spend the night here. Helmet is a friend of mine, any friend of his is a friend of ours. And then next thing you know, in the middle of the night, this fucking huge dragon shows up in the corner.
Wait, what?
Oh.
I have a question, but would it possibly revert him back to his original self? Because
No.
or would it keep his original self?
It takes the consumer to the point in time that the potion was taken from. So, if you recall, there was a chest. That
Yeah,
was
I
meant to be
remember that.
meddled with,
Yep.
And Fubar meddled with it. I know he was warned several times, but he opened it and then he found this potion and he took it.
Wait, does that mean this timeline has 2 Fubars?
Does this timeline have 2 Fubars? No.
We never crossed the bat.
That's
so
right. Yeah, that's right. Fubar never drank that potion, right?
Yeah.
No, he did drink the potion.
No, I never did. I still had it at the end.
No, you said
Yeah.
you said, and I drank the potion. I remember specifically.
At the end.
Yes.
No, I don't think. No.
No, I know you did. I remember specifically.
I do recall actually him drinking it too, so, yes and no, because you're not at that time yet.
Correct, yeah.
You're not at that time yet, but if you guys reach that point in time, then there would be 2 Fubars, yeah.
Dear Christ. And
I
have a
don't
good
know,
one,
I
Sims.
remember I said, like, I was joking when I said I drank the potion and everybody was down, but instead of that, I continued fighting and we won the fight.
I mean,
it
after
was
the fight.
It was after the fight, yeah, I recall that too. I think at the very end, you were like, fuck it, I'm drinking the potion.
I remember that now.
Yeah, because you left all 3 of us after the fight.
Yeah, at the very, very end when we ended the campaign.
Alright.
Yeah, I think so. I recall that too, but
Oh,
it don't matter.
I
It
remember
don't
it
matter. I mean,
specifically.
yeah, at the end of the day, I mean, you can still decide if Fubar drank it or not, but
Yeah.
it wouldn't even really make a difference because in this timeline, you're not quite there yet. Like, this is actually years and years
Wait,
before.
then how does Sephi get born is the real question.
That's the paradox.
So
What?
So Sephi technically never should have been existed.
Well, that's the whole thing, is that if Hito didn't go back in time, because at the end of that campaign, at the end of that campaign, Hito settles down with Jandar, and then they have a child. Now, according to this time paradox, you meddled with time, so there was basically a tear in the fabric of space-time. So everybody essentially gets returned back to where they came from, in essence. Because you guys destroyed Talos, right?
Yeah.
So you restored everything back to the way that it was. Talos was the one who created the time loop in the first place. You guys all got sucked into it.
Yeah.
So you destroy Talos. That means Hito's back in this time, essentially, has a kid. And now that kid is essentially in the past. But for Hito,
It feels like the present.
yeah, it's exactly. So if you basically created this time machine in a sense, or you created this time loop, so you're able to go into the past, which you did. You found Rose even, right? Like if you think about it, Rose was from before your guys' time, but she came to the future, back to the future with you guys.
Yeah.
We're going back to the future, dog.
Oh god.
That's essentially what it is. You're going back to the future.
Wait, that means I could have possibly met Rose as a child.
Yeah, man. And you know what's funny? Is
Yeah.
that I remember remember playing a different campaign as a player.
Yeah.
And the DM, I was like, hey man, like I was thinking about doing this. I'm running a game, and I was thinking about doing a time thing. And he's like, dude, don't do that because your shit will just never end. I was like, okay. He warned me about it. He's like, I don't do those anymore. He told me. He's been DMing for like 15 years. He says he doesn't let players play evil characters. He doesn't do any time things anymore. And he gets paid to DM now, right? So he just, keeps it simple. But he's like, you're going to have to do a lot of writing if you decide to do that. And I was like, all right, well, I'll take the challenge.
I mean, if you want us to meet you as a child, then we can do that.
Wait. Well, hold up. That means at some point. Wait. Then how did Violet come to be?
Well, that's what I mean. It's like it's the Back to the Future, man. Like,
So
watch the movies.
I know I've seen the movie, so even Violet technically, possibly, is in the past, but feels like she's in the present.
Yeah, well, if you think about it, like if Marty never went back in time, then his parents would have never got together, and then he would have never been born, kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if it's the same thing, if Hito didn't meddle with time, would have never met Jandar, would have never had this kid. So it all forms this loop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's supposed to happen.
Let's hope we don't run into Nyankar. Jeez.
Holy hell, that would be hilarious. I am the Duke. You calling yourself a noble?
I'm a king.
I mean, if
Oh no, he would claim to be the king of Axel.
All right.
I mean, if Rose and Hito kept together, she might have met Zeffy as a child when she was a child.
The last thing we need to see is children of Nyankar running around.
Oh god.
Jeez.
That might happen actually.
Uh-oh.
Wait. So that means
Well, I also recall Fubar. It's not quite there yet, but I remember Fubar's backstory.
I have a question.
He was actually enslaved as a child, and he escaped that life.
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, when she was showing me the visions, would I have seen a red dragonborn in the visions with standing next to Hito?
No, not a red dragonborn. You would have seen a tiefling, and it would have resembled Hito.
Well, yeah.
And you would have, yeah, that was pretty much it. That you see like almost like a cosmic, what would you call it? Limbo. And within this cosmic limbo, you just caught glimpses of Jandar, of Phandalin, of Hito, and then all of a sudden, boom, you're smack back into this hideout, this cave.
Oh god. Wait, hold up. I just had a terrible idea.
Mm-hmm.
That means I might possibly run into Hito,
It's possible.
and she's never had a kid. But she has this kid right here, and she's gonna be.
It depends on when you catch her.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Because
I can
you
technically
could
meet both virgins, the one before and the one
That's
after,
right. That's right. Now you're getting it.
and then I can
Very
bring,
possibly
and then
happen with-
I can have them both come together and meet each other.
No,
That's not a big
no.
idea.
That's when time and space classes on each other.
That's right.
What if I want that to happen? By the way, Zeffy
Destroy
would,
all existence.
but then Zeffy would probably do this anyway. She has no concept of time and space. If she does run into
Trust me.
both,
Zaya would be like, nope. I'm gonna go ahead and use everything I have with my Eldritch Blast to murder one of them. Because one, I ain't letting that happen because he knows because of his patron.
but here's the thing: if you don't know that I met her, how would you know?
Right. That
I'm gonna
this
start
person is a
putting in
threat.
I'm gonna start peering into your mind. Remember, you're not the only one who has detect thoughts.
Oh, I know.
There's some scary shit in there, man.
Dude, I'm going to. Dude, we have just created something like that is terrible, dude. It's a good story, but what? But what? Here's the thing. What if the time? What if the timeless don't actually collapse like that? But what if both Hitos actually end up fusing together and they have memories from both times?
That would be weird.
That
That is also possible, but that also fucks things up as well.
how's that also mess things up?
I think there was something I remember seeing about that too, where there was a time traveler who was going back in time or not back in time, but finding different versions of themselves throughout time, and taking, like, have you seen Loki?
Yeah.
And
Oh,
they
God.
take, that's what it is. They take out each version so that they can become the only one, and they start to get more powerful and more powerful.
The one.
They do.
The one.
Yeah, that's right, the one. And oh yeah, even the one. Loki took the same thing, but the one is a good one with Jet Li.
Wait.
Yeah, that one too. Yeah. So essentially, I can't remember. I have to watch that one again. But what happens at the end when you get all of them and you're the last one?
I just realized.
Gain their power.
What if this Hito turns out to be evil, unlike the original?
Right. It's possible.
But then again, she was not evil going into that. She was neutral. But doesn't mean something else can't happen to change the time because we're in a afterwards. Since I'm confused. We're
It's possible. There's different timelines, different versions.
All right.
Ito,
I
You
guess.
get the story rolling, or
Yeah.
At this point, I wanted to say to take the long rest, and we could call it here. That's kind of why I let it go on for a little bit there. But also just because Stoked is, he's a little bit in a sort of mobile situation right now. So
Yeah.
I generally wanted to keep this session a little bit shorter, but I did want to touch on some of the more crucial points of the story, which were getting Zaya involved, figuring out that what had happened here with the goblins wasn't exactly what, you can't judge a book by its cover. Something has come to light. We've got Cragmaw Castle, we've got the Blue Star Orphanage, and we have Jandar's death. Those are some critical points that we've hit on just in this short section.
Oh,
Zrill
God,
is now headed to
critical.
Neverwinter.
That's right, and we have the Familiar headed to Neverwinter to follow up on that investigation.
Because what's going to happen is he'll take the form of Zaya, and of course, roam around and, use his nobility as a way to get into places where, a normal commoner can't.
Right.
And then at times, Zaya can, it's like how my character used Beast Sense, but in a way where my character can actually talk and see and hear through the Familiar.
Through the Familiar, that's brilliant. That's absolutely brilliant, man. Going through with your nobility up the ranks, because this sort of level of corruption that you have suspicions about, there'd be no better way to discover it, or at least uncover it, than being a noble. So yeah, man, well played. Well played.
I'm not an idiot. Well, my character isn't either.
No, that's smart, man. Very, very smart. So yeah, we'll call it a session here. I want to get everybody at least stoked 2 back to normal as well. And like I said, we touched on some good points. You got the goblins. Yeah. Oh, XP, right. Only for the first.
It's not going to be much.
Killed.
Aww. Yeah. None for convincing an entire horde?
Oh, I will add for that, but I won't give you full XP for like you would have killed them. Yeah. 50, so that'll be...
That is legitimately, like, I convinced the entire horde.
Oh, I was surprised on how this whole entire thing turned out, really.
This is what happens when you have a Sauron in the group.
Yeah. Okay, 1500 XP, and Nirmak, I'll go ahead and add that on for you because I know you got.
Yeah, I'll figure that out when I get back.
Yeah, we're still level 5 as
Yeah.
well. It's actually not bad that we're staying at the lower levels for a little bit longer. Because
we're still like 2,700 away from. Next
Yeah.
one.
This actually gives us more time for the actual low level things to go on and actual get development.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead and cut the stream here. Thank y'all for watching.
Yeah.
Oh man.